All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another round of coffee and questions. You might hear the wind in the background. It's blowing really hard out today. I shut the garage door, so hopefully, you don't get too much interference, in the sound. What's today's topic? Okay, on the last video, and we're doing these in kind of short segments because I want to bring everybody along at the same speed. And out at the club, we have a local club. There's probably 20, 25 of us. Sometimes we meet. We go to Home Depot, Lowe's, Harbor Freight, whatever. And we buy tools online. Most all of them, I think, really are off Amazon. Ships Prime, shows up at your doorstep. Nice, easy, convenient. I'm an affiliate too. The little bit of money I make feeds the stray animals that live in and around my shop. That's that. So, the topic, we're going to talk about not just clamps now, we're going to move on to vice grips. Okay, so when you're starting out, what I always tell people like out at the club, buy what you need. Okay, what you need, not what you'd like to have. Buy what you need. Try to save money where you can, where there's discounts and sales and so forth. And we were out at Harbor Freight, and a friend of mine is just getting into welding. He's got an oxyacetylene small one set up that he bought so he could heat steel and bend it. He watched some of the videos I did, made a couple of jigs, and he was looking for vice grips. And I said, okay, look, this is what I bought, and I still own them, and they work great from out at Harbor Freight. Start off with your generic vice grips. Pittsburgh. I've abused these things like you wouldn't believe. I give them a little shot of WD-40 or some 3-in-1 oil. They're holding up really well. I got 2 of them. For a reason. I would encourage you always buy them in groups of 2. I mean, you're going to find it come in handy as like a third hand sometimes, or a helping hand when you're doing certain things, or if you want to pick up something that's hot, you can use these. They work great. Now, I didn't pull them all out. I also bought a couple small ones, 2 of them, like this. So I have 2 small and 2 of the larger size. And so let me show you the advertisement here from Harbor Freight before we go any farther. Okay, so you saw those. Now, while we were out there, the other thing I told them, I said, get yourself at least 2 pair of the ones that have, it's like a flat surface to them. They're these right here. Now, these are Pittsburgh, and I got 2 of them, and I've had these, and I use the heck out of these. And this is what I would tell you. If you got a particular project, go ahead, you can get the smaller ones. If this is your first go around and trying to save you some money, get the 11-inch. These things will come in handy from a workbench like right here. If I'm going to weld something that's flat, these things I can clip onto here, clip it down. I have another pair, remember, buy 2 at least, clip it on the other side. Now you got that thing holding real strong. These come in incredibly handy. I thought about buying another 2 because I would always like having extras in case I need them, but so far I've been able to get away with the 2. So you got 2 vice grips, you got 2 of the flat jaw ones right here. These are great. They are not that costly. Let me show you the advertisement for the flat jaw ones. Okay, now, buy what you need to start off with. Okay, then you can start to buy what you would like to have. Let me show you something that I got off of Amazon, which is more of I would like to have it than I needed to have it. Okay, so you saw. Now I still have those, but I can tell you right now I could easily get by without them. I could easily get by with the ones that I showed you right here from Harbor Freight and the cost savings. I just wanted a little bit better set. I was working on something. Actually, it was about 7 foot, 8-inch tall cactus made out of horseshoes and different kinds of steel. And I was using, some railroad spikes and things like that. And they came in real handy for me to buy the other ones too. So you buy what you need, then you buy what you like to have, which is going to make you more efficient and the job easier. After that, everything's open to your imagination at that point because you'll have the basic tools that you need to complete the project. You might have to struggle and improvise a little bit because you didn't buy all those high-end, you know, fancy other ones or whatever, but you'll always be able to think of a way around them, and if not, the cost savings will help you to buy those tools to complete that project. So there you go. Okay, that's my advice when it comes to like vice grips and the flat jaw ones. They really act a lot of times like that third hand, especially when I'm welding, where they'll hold them very securely, you know, while I weld. And you know what, I'm not knocking Harbor Freight. This happens to be a good product, I think, to buy from Harbor Freight, because if I get weld all over them, if I damage them, they didn't cost me that much, I'll just go buy another pair. Now the other thing you can do that people have done with these, they've welded a couple of pieces of angle iron on to the ones that they messed up, we'll say. Let's say you screwed them up real bad. They've kind of put a piece of angle iron on each one of these, and they've made almost like a bending clamp. So it sticks out like this far, let's say, on each side, and then they crimp it onto like a piece of sheet metal, and they can use them like a sheet metal bender. And so that's really an innovative, creative thinking kind of idea. They probably got off of the web, but somebody somewhere, I mean, you know, it was the one that thought of the idea. And so don't just throw them out. I mean, stop and think, is there something else that you can make? Look at it like a design opportunity after you destroy these. If they're not too destroyed, you know, you can, like I said, you can weld a couple of pieces of angle iron on there. You got yourself some metal benders. I mean, so do a YouTube search, something like that. See what other people have done. I mean, with these, they're inexpensive. If you wanted to do those from the scratch, buy yourself an extra pair. Do the same thing. I have metal benders, I mean, that I actually bought off Amazon. And I'll leave you the link below on those where, you know, you can actually crimp them on and you can bend different angles and stuff like that. And yeah, they're handy. I bought them for a specific project. I probably only used them a handful of times, so they weren't something I had to have. They were nice to have because it got me through the project, but then you got the tool cost too. So anyway, I'll leave you the links on this stuff below. These are things to consider. They will save you money. You can use the cost savings to buy other tools. And slowly, through each one of these videos, I'm showing you how to build up that arsenal of tools that you can use in your welding projects. Primarily MIG welding, but they'll also work for arc welding, gas welding. Somebody made a comment a while back, I mean, well, you're just talking about tools for MIG. No, they can be used for any of the other methods of welding. They can also be used in woodworking projects, I mean, or whatever you want to use them for. It doesn't have to be just welding. These are great deals. These tools are fine. Everybody makes fun of Harbor Freight, but I can tell you right now, these are a good set of vice grips. So are the flat-jawed ones, and they work great. Okay, so why spend 30 bucks a piece when you could spend a fraction of that and get a tool that'll do the exact same job? Okay, folks, I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. I hope you keep following me. If you know of a better deal out there, drop it in the comment below. Otherwise, like I said, buy them, and if you trash them, modify them, and make them into another tool. I'll see you on the next video. I hope you click subscribe and keep following me. Thank you, folks. Bye-bye.